Hello all. So my presentation is on AutoHackOS, which is an operating system for automotive penetration testing. I'm Ravi Rajput. We am available on social media via handle frustrated researcher. Okay, and I work at Excella Technologies as a security manager. My primary role over there is to handle the binary exploitation stuff. Right now, working as a SOC manager. Yeah, I do have a experience in automotive industry, specifically for automotive security testing, and I had worked for WinFast before joining Excella. Uh, so yeah, I have been the Null Ahmedabad chapter lead, and we used to uh, come together, meet, organize some meetups where security enthusiasts and speakers and someone who is working on some research would present there. We meet together, hang out together, learn together, and hack together, right? So this is what Null Ahmedabad is all about. I have been a speaker at a BSET Ali. I have been a speaker at BSET Ahmedabad for ARM exploitation training. I've been to Bounty Bash at Nepal for exploit development training, and United Con for web recon training, and a couple of the workshops and trainings and talks at Null community, of course, because I was part of Null community. So I am right now currently core team member at Telecom Village, happening from this year at DEF CON. Okay, so yeah, please do come and submit your talks. Yeah, you can download this AutoHackOS at AutoHackOS.com. Moving next, the first and foremost question over here is, why do we require automotive security OS at first, right? Because we have a lot of operating system and a few of operating system focus on security testing, and so the question is, why actually do we use Kali? So that we don't have to go through the pain of setting up all the tools and configuring everything. So what we do, we just download Kali Linux and we run this, and this is the primary focus of any of the some specific domain OS. So Kali is a security specific OS where they focus on network, web, and cloud and all this, but there is no such OS for automotive security. So yeah, we have come up with AutoHackOS, and as you are aware that most of these modern cars now come up with 100 plus specialized ECUs that have different functions. BCM for the body control, CCU for the climate control, T-box for the telematic control. So all these ECUs basically have the different functions, and they actually are interconnected on canvas, and that's where we focus, right? Conventionally we focus on the canvas, but we do have to taste on this interfaces and watch that the impact of the exploitation on this interface on the canvas, so that if as an attacker, if we are attacking, if we are exploiting some interface, then are we able to control that vehicle via that interface? If we are able to unlock the vehicle via Bluetooth attack, right? So we have to check. So there are the 100 plus SEOs which have their specialized functions, right? So we have to again talk and test about the interfaces which are beyond the canvas. And why AutoHackOS? Because yes, ChatGPT cannot hack your car, right? Now, what the current scenario is, traditionally we normally emphasize more on the canvas testing, right? and we do have a lot of tools and techniques to hack other interfaces, test other interfaces, and they are available online on the GitHub, on other repos and everything. But we don't have an OS that comes pre-configured or pre-installed with all of this, tools. So there comes shortcomings, right? So if we have a multiple VMs, or if we have a multiple tool chains, okay, we will have a hard time for monitoring the output of this, tools, or to monitor the progress of exploitation, the correlation of this exploitation, and we will have a hard time chaining that exploitation, right? And that takes a lot of time for a professional to set up that tool chain, monitor that output, right? So that creates a challenge for a professional who is currently testing on some vehicle, and that is again a challenge for the trainer, because he has to set up he or she has to set up the tool chain on the some OS, then they have to deliver on to the attendees, and over there that becomes a headache for the trainer as well. And of course it's a headache for the new enthusiast or the new learner who wants to get into the automotive security testing, but have no much idea about automotive security, and they tend to read about like books and try to practice on that. But again, all those books and all those resources to has to be centralized, has to be installed somewhere, like it should be installed on your system. So it is again time consuming, effort consuming for every professional, trainer and learner, right? And right, there's multiple tools, configurations, OS version, that creates a lead that leads to the conflicts, and definitely it gives you a significant amount of frustration. So this is where we have come up with an OS. We have taken the pain so that you can work easily, right? So cheers. Now this, the causes for shortcomings are, if you want to test some interface, okay, and you don't want to go through the pain of setting up that on your host system or anything, you will download a VM, right? That will take some resource. For another interface, you will install the tool set on your OS, or otherwise you go with a VM that will again take the another resource. So all this architecture of this multi OS for testing different interfaces for a single vehicle can hinder your monitoring. Okay, so it is much required to monitor on your canvas while you are testing on you can say, or while you are exploiting interface, and finding the correlation of this exploitation of interface to the canvas, right? So as you all are aware that automotive security, like automotive testing is a complex thing, right? Because it has canvas, it has Wi-Fi, it has BLE, it is connected to the web, as you know about V2X, vehicle to everything. It is connected to cloud, it is connected to your key fob via radio frequency, it is connected to your telecom network via T-box, it is connected to your Android application or iOS application. So it is connected everywhere now, because the time has gone where the cars were just the cars were just machined to run on the road, right? Now it is connected everywhere. So we need a tools chain to exploit all that aspect of vehicle, and to watch if any of the aspect at least can interfere with the CAN bus, and you can remotely control your car, remotely exploit your car. Because yes, of course, we have been emphasizing on the CAN bus and exploiting the car via some physical connection and everything, but we require tool set, or we require a centric OS which leverages the which give you the option to directly run, and you know uh, uh, you can test on the interfaces and find the correlation, right? So our solution is we require this pre-installed pre-configured OS with popular toolset, and that should be systematically categorized. We also require community driven bug or feature reporting with changelog, right? So if you are doing individually on your host system and you are creating this, you're installing this tool set, but there will not be a community support because there is no such a project, right? So if like this OS, after this OS we are going to set up a community and join that, and that will be community driven bug fixes and feature reporting, right? So we have the public OS and application bug tracking, regular updates, comprehensive documentation for current and upcoming tools, and it will be the universal design for all the users. So that is where AutoHackOS comes. It is compatible with most CAN bus adapters, of course. Mm, in order to, if it is inside your scope for testing that vehicle, you can take out the firmware from that ECU, so you can find out the vulnerability in that firmware. So we have installed this firmware extraction tools. Now every vehicle comes with RF, right? So RF and telecom, or we can say T-box, right? So we require to test for the radio frequency part as well. So it supports most popular SDR tools in the market. It has comprehensive attack tools support for BLE, RF, Wi-Fi, USB, etc. Pre-configured telecom stack for T-box testing and automation script. It has cloud and web application testing tools for your again V2X testing. So automotive security is not all about these interfaces. You have to first the protocol, you have to first the browser which is on your head unit, and the that is come up with this Android automotive OS. You need to first that, you need to watch if you can get the RCA out of it, and if you have RCA you can create a exploit that can impact on the canvas. So we have come up with fuzzing tools. We have installed this fuzzing tools on this OS. We do have the simulators and vulnerable apps for you to learn, so it will come handy for the trainers as well as the learners. So it will be available in VM, it will be available as ISO for your host setup and live OS. So it will be convenient for all of you and for us as well. So what is the methodology to test the vehicle? First, we reverse engineer and identify CAN ID or messages for the vehicle function. Then test and exploit other interfaces of the vehicle. While testing that, we need to monitor on the canvas and find the identify this correlation of that exploit with the CAN messages that has been triggered due to that exploitation. Try to reproduce and compile the whole exploit that can leverage the interface and exploit your car remotely. Okay, so we have let me introduce with the tools that are installed on this OS. For the canvas tracing, we have simulators at first, which is like our most favorite ICC. You can use the UD sim for learning the UDS testing. We have the CAN tools as well. So CAN tools is one of the brilliant you know uh, tool that is available right now. I admire. Okay, so this come up with a vulnerable app as well in that, where you can check if your attack is able to you know if there you can replay the messages, or you can attack on this vehicle, and you can watch that vehicle via web interface. Okay, and there is another tool called virtual car that is pre-installed on your OS, and there are the attacking tools, CAN utils of course, and there is caribou, which will be used for UDS testing and CAN testing as well. There is another tool called CANtot. We do have the presentation for CANtot in this arsenal as well, right? So CANtot is MSF like CAN bus exploitation tool. You should explore this tool as specific. So now there are the automated setup scripts. Okay, so I was also a learner at some point of a time. So yeah, we need to again open that blog and run that code, like run that commands to set up the virtual CAN. So uh, if you are new to this automotive, you can just click on this we can setup, and your virtual CAN setup will be done. You can set the baud rate of the scan for the default, and this support the hardware for USB CAN, MCP 2515, CAN Pico, USB Teen, Machine M2. Alright, now there are the tools for your T-box testing. Okay, so it comes up with GSM stack, which is Osmocom, and it comes up with the LTE stack, that is SRS Red. So you can if you are into the telecom testing, and if you have gone there to test the vehicles T-box or telematics, right, then you have to install this applications and do the attack, like downgrade attack for LTE to 2G, and this all requires this telecom stack pre-installed on your system. So we have installed that in this OS, right? There are the attacking tools called Monomob Gem, Monomob Map. They are the jammers. We have the automated setup, that is LTE deploy. So LTE deploy is a shell script that will automatically deploy the Node B on your system, and you can deploy the GSM BTS via Osmo NITB scripts, which is present on /opt/telco. There will be a folder, and you can directly open that folder, and there is a Python script. You can run that, and it will automatically deploy your GSM stack. Though hardware support will be HackRF, Blade RF, USRP, Lime SDR. Go for Blade RF, USRP or Lime SDR, as they are full duplex, right? So these tools will be used as a T-box testing, right? Now coming next to the tools for BLE testing, the attacking tools will be HCI tool, Cat tool, Blue Bond, Crackle, Blacktooth, BTLE eject, BTLE juice. So all this will be used to identify the get commands and get messages, and you have to check if you are able to replay that, and check if they have impact on the canvas, right? So all these tools will be handy for you if you are testing the Bluetooth interface for this vehicle, and if you are able to leverage that to remotely manipulate your car or exploit your car, right? So hardware support is you can find this Bluetooth development board, that is CYW9208 EVB02. You can use the dongles, you can use the Overtooth, yeah, our most favorite, Bluefruit LE sniffer, that is on the BLE 4.0. So you can use this OS comes up with the support for all this hardwares, and all this comes up with all these tools. You can use that and start your exploitation journey. All right. So there are the tools for exploit firmware testing. Okay. So if there is a scope for you to test the vehicle physically, you can take out the firmware of this ECU and analyze it, and check if you can leverage that to exploit the vehicle. So of course we have this attacking tool, that is a beanwalk, and there will be some attacking automated software setups scripts. They are AMBA, which is one of the really good automated firmware analysis tool. It is huge. It creates a huge output, but it creates a comprehensive output, and it is really good. If you are new to the firmware analysis related stuff, then AMBA is really a good firmware analysis script. There is another called firmware slap, which will be the bindiff kind of tool for the firmware, right? So if there is some, like if you're analyzing the firmware for one version of the vehicle, and there is software update, and you again take out the firmware from the newer update, and you can use this firmware slab to find the newer updates in this this firmwares, and you can start analyzing on why they were if there was a security update, or why it was changed or something, right? So firmware slab will be again useful for bindiff kind of stuff, where you find the difference from one firmware to another firmware, right? Another tool is firmwalker, which will be used for firmware analyzing and analysis, where you can find the hard-coded secrets and everything. So formatting, FW analyzer, fact, exploit. So exploit is another hardware shipped by Payathu, which is kind of, it has great capabilities for analyzing the extracting the firmwares and analyzing it. So the hardware support that this OS provides are Bus Pilot, Jetagulator, Stirling V2, right? Now moving next to the tools for web and cloud pen testing. So you will encounter with the cases or the scenarios where you have to test the cloud infrastructure for your vehicle, where your vehicle is connected to the cloud via telematics or something, and you have to test this cloud application. So over there you will have to install this tools for your cloud testing and web application testing. Like now, if you are aware about the API University, there is also a recent talk about exploiting the car via API. You can watch that, and over there he has explained very good about how you can exploit the vehicle via API. So this is the real thing, that you can exploit the vehicle via the API. So we require the tools for the web and cloud as well, right? So this comes up with attacking tools for Nuclei, Interact SH, OSZ, Postman, Bubshoot Community, and Scout Shoot for this cloud, AWS CLI and Azure CLI, correct? So these are the most common tools, most popular tools when you are testing for the web and cloud. So this aspect also is covered if you are testing for the automotive connected to your cloud, right? So now there are the tools for the network pen testing. Okay, so your vehicle comes with GPS, right? So you have to test the GPS spoofing attack on the vehicle. So there is a tools for GPS spoofing, and for and as you are aware about the Metasploit, it has some auxiliaries for automotive related stuff. So you can use this metasploit for your vehicle network exploitation. And uh, so your vehicle will come up with will always come up with this Wi-Fi, like all not always, but modern vehicles will come up with a Wi-Fi. So you require the air crack ng, and air like that will be, of course, that's a Swiss army knife uh, for your Wi-Fi related exploitation. So this OS comes up with this, and there's a script called AirGuardian, which will automate your Wi-Fi testing related steps, right? Of course, you need to watch the network, right? So it has come up with the Wireshark, and if you are attacking the Wi-Fi, thereover you will try to find out if there are some uh, things that you can leverage for your MITM attack for the Wi-Fi. You can use the EtherCap, and then there is Nmap where you can try to test the exchange of the vehicle, XCG for the vehicle, by finding the Nmap and tools. So moving next, you will be supposed to analyze the Android application that comes up with the vehicle, right? So over there you will require tools that can exploit this mobile applications. So we have installed the Android part, which is ADB, APK tools, JADX, and Frida. For the automotive setup, you can use this MobSF, which is so much stable and good automated software, or you can say tool, that can replace your tedious and tedious part of your testing. So you can use the MovSF, and there are the Frida scripts available at the directory /opt/mobile /Frida scripts. You can use that scripts with the Frida to bypass the protection mechanism on your Android application, like anti-root or anti-emulator. So you can use these scripts directly available on the Frida. Of course, it won't be the case always for your testing, but yeah, you can use this readily available scripts for the mobile testing. Moving to the next, yeah, there will be if it is mentioned in your scope, or if you are interested, if you are enthusiastic about finding the vulnerability on your Androids or native library, and if you can leverage that exploit, because if you are able to exploit the Android application, then you will be able to control the vehicle remotely. So if you want to analyze the firmware binary, you will require this fuzzers. So it have this AFL, Dometo, and Freedom, which will be the DOM fuzzer for browsers. So we have automated setup for automated browser fuzzy. So this script will do is like something like it will connect your vehicle via ADV shell, and it will open the test case provided at the path you will provide. So what this script does is, after you run the Freedom, it will create a test case files in the directory that you provide, and it will be used as a DOM fuzzer when you open that files. Okay, so what this will does is this will open the browser instance on your head unit, and it will open that file in that browser instance, and you have to just monitor on your head unit and see if there is some changes, visible changes and on the another instance you should connect the ADB shell and check for the log, and if there is some crash or something, then you can go around and find this crash. So uh, at the very best, you should always fuzz this native libraries and firmwares when you are testing for the car or the vehicle. So there are the tools for reverse engineering the binaries, right? Of course, you will be reversing the firmwares. So we require the attacking tools for called Radar-A2 Ghidra, which is NSA provided NSA released tool. IDA Pro, everyone's favorite. Cutter, so you can use this scripts to analyze the native libraries of the Android application that comes up with the vehicle and the firmwares. So you can use these tools to find the vulnerability in it. You find reverse engineer them to find the logic of it. So it has come up with the already installed reverse engineering tools. So what is the next step? What we require is we want to develop a community. Okay, we want the community to support the project, maintain the project, and improve the project, enhance the project via the suggestions, the feedback, right? So at first we want to develop the comprehensive tool documentation and provide this learning resource for the enthusiast, because over there you will lack the lot of I think the new enthusiast who is entering into the automotive security will hardly imagine the scenario where he would be exploiting telematics to the vehicle, right? How you can leverage the telemetry box to exploit your vehicle canvas, right? So this is where the tools documentation will come up with the tutorials, the blog post and everything. It's like we are open for everything, right? So we encourage community members to submit the documentation and provide the learning resource for enthusiasts. We will be establishing a community forum, and we want to collaborate with tool authors for quick bug fixes. If they are the user of this OS comes up with the issue, and after finding out, after analyzing if the issue is on the tools end, then we want to invite every tool authors to work together with us, and for quick bug fixes. And if you are individual and you want to contribute, yeah, please come up. We are open for your feedback, we are open for your contribution, and let's make this big. Let's make this OS a common norm for professionals testing for vehicle. Let's make this as a starting tool, or we can say an OS or a VM for someone who want to get into automotive security, right? Make their life easy, make professionals life easy, make trainers life easy, right? So that is the plan, and you can find this OS at website AutoHackOS.com. You can find the forum at forum.autohackos.com. You can report the bugs, issues at bugs.autohackos.com. You can find the documentation at docs.autohackos.com.